Hello everyone, welcome back to Yes in Code Lab. So we will continue with our CDS view series. In today's video, we will see how we can create the parameterized CDS view. So how can we utilize the parameter in our CDS view? Same like our input, like when you create a selection screen and you have some input parameter available there as a field, or maybe you can take it up for different types as well. But just in general, like as a parameter field, you'll take it and then utilize further in your internal table operations or some other calculations as well. Similarly, we will see it here as well, like how CDS view with parameters can be created and what is the uh, utilization of that parameter. So let me go to first slide. So parameters in SAP ABAP CDS views. So CDS view with parameters let you pass input values at runtime, similar to your function parameters. So you have your function which you are calling and you are passing some parameter to that function, right? Same way you are having some parameter which you can pass that value to your CDS view. So your view can dynamically filter or calculate the data. So this was about parameters. Coming to syntax, so both are classical view or modern view, or you can say it is a CDS view entity. Both can have parameters, but there is a slight difference in the syntax. So if we see our classical view, it is like colon p underscore variable or whatever. This is parameter name. It can be anything, but the colon is what they are using here in the classical view. But in our CDS view entity or the modern view, dollar dollar parameter dot variable. So dollar parameter is compulsory dot whatever variable name you want. You can use it. We will see this in practically in some time. So this is the major difference. So I have also created in my previous video, I have explained like what is the difference between our classical view and the CDS view entity, and what all the things got changed in both the views. So do visit that video if you have not seen it. I'll mention the link to video in the description. Okay, let's go to our editor directly, and we will see how we can create a view using parameters. So coming to our editor, let me create a CDS view entity. I will create that is our modern CDS view. So parameter, so CDS parameter view. Okay, let me click on next. Okay, someone might have created already. Let's do the param only. I'll give this much. Okay, fine. So I'll click on next. Okay, here I'm selecting define view entity. So you can see view entity keyword is added here, and there is no SQL view name. So let me click on finish. Okay, so our entity got created here. So select from, I'll do select the data from our booking table. So let me select the booking D, and I'll press Control space here. I'll do insert all elements. I'll delete a few of them as of now. Let me save it. Okay, Control F3, activate the CDS view. Okay, let me run this view first. So you can see the data is coming now. So we have booking ID 1234. So we are getting all the data properly. So now say if you want to use your parameters and how you can use it in your CDS view. Let's check that quickly. So what I will do, I will just press enter with parameters is what we need to utilize here. Parameters p underscore, maybe I'll use booking ID as of now, underscore booking underscore ID colon control space. So we have different lengths here. If we are clear like what length we need to use, we can directly select it from here. If not sure, maybe you can even like go to table, just open the table and hold control and just click on the table. Okay, so since we have error, it won't navigate. I'll just comment it for now. Let me again do control left click, so it will open the table. So you can see now our booking ID is there, demo booking ID. So I'll open this again, so you can see uh, it's technical information is given here. So numc, it's of length 4. So this is one way we can look into. Otherwise, just keep your cursor on the field, press F2. So on F2 you can see we have here numc as the data type. So this is how we can get to know the data types of the existing fields. So I'll utilize this same thing. Let me uncomment it. ABAP dot. So you can see if I press numc of length. So it was of length 4. I'll utilize same thing. So let me save it. So we have declared the parameter here, but if you see parameter p underscore booking underscore id is not used, so we are not using it anywhere. So it will not have any effect, right, if we are not using it in your view. So it will just take the input, but it is not doing any work here. So how we can utilize it? So we can utilize it in a maybe where condition. So where, so this is where comes our two syntaxes which we were seeing in the slide. If I go back to our slide, so you can see for modern view or your CDS view entity, it is dollar parameter dot variable. So here we are since using view entity, it's dollar parameters dot variable. So dot variable is our parameter variable name. So is equal to, sorry, this should be on the right hand side, where our booking ID equal to dollar parameter dot our input parameter variable. So we are passing the whatever value we are entering on our screen to the booking ID as a where condition. So let me save this one and activate control F3. Okay, let me run the view again. So this time you can see it is asking for booking ID, and you can see without, and there's a star mark here which means it's a mandatory. Without that your open data preview button won't be enabled. So let me pass maybe 0001. So now you can see it got enabled. Let me click on that, and all the data with booking ID 0001 is being displayed now. So this is how you can utilize your parameters in CDS view. So this is one syntax we saw. Let me use some existing CDS view, maybe Z classical CDS view. So yeah, this is a one view, or the one difference which I had also explained in my previous video, where you can use select star from the table, and in our new modern CDS view you cannot use star. So if you want to know those all the differences, do visit that video. As I said, I'll mention the link in the description. So let this be star for now, that will not matter for us. So what we'll do, we will add our parameters syntax here. With parameters, p underscore booking underscore id colon abab dot numc length of 4. So let me save it. Now you can, what you can do is, it will let use this one in our where condition, where our booking id. So yeah, where booking id equal to colon booking id. So p underscore booking underscore id. So the error is also gone now. So let me activate it once again. Okay, activation got finished. So now if I try to run this view, so you can see again it's asking for the parameter booking id. So 0002 I'll pass this time. Open data preview. So all the data with booking id 0002 should be displayed. So yes, you can see all data got displayed here. So it's acting as the filter here for the CDS view. So in our classical CDS view, colon is being used, and in our CDS view entity, we need to use dollar parameters. So this was the one use case of your parameter. So other use case maybe, like say we are using case, not to use case, when our dollar dollar parameter p booking id equal to 0001, then make it like something first, else we will print booking id itself. And as book booking details. So just some field name we need, I'm giving here. So what I did, I'm just checking some case when our booking ID is 0001, we will print it as a first. If it is not 0001, then we will print the whatever booking ID number itself. So that I'm printing it under our column name booking details. So this is how we can make use of the case statement in CDS view. Okay, so it is activated now. Let me run this CDS view. So 0001, open data preview. So you can see booking details column has come and it has printed first because our booking ID is 0001. So let me close it and rerun. So I'll enter 0003 this time. open data preview. So you can see now booking ID is 000. So booking details will also have like 0003 only. So sorry, booking ID was 0003, and booking details also printing as 0003. So this was about parameter inside the case statement. So even if you pass here, say some hard coded value, so that is also fine. So 0001, and let here be, sorry, so let here be 0002, and let our booking ID be 0001 then first. So what happens is our booking ID will filter with 0002, but this case will utilize based on our booking ID what is being passed. So let me run here. So I will use 0001, open data preview. So what happened? So since we have passed where condition 000 as our booking ID, so all the details with booking ID 0002 has been displayed here. But our case when parameter whatever we are passing is 0001, that's why it will take first has a booking details. So if I come to output, you can see booking details is first. So this was one of the use case of parameter variable. So we have seen now how to use our parameter and also pass it as a parameter to the where condition. So how do we call this one in our class now? Class or reports if you want to call your CDS view, and then with parameters how it works. So let's quickly check that as well. So for this, for now, classical CDS view, I'll close it. We'll continue with our CDS view entity, and I'll comment the with parameters and all the case now. So first we will just call simply our CDS view. So saved, Control F3. Okay, it is activated already. So let me create a class, new ABAP class. So JTST underscore parameter class. I'll use OATT again interface. Okay, I think global type someone already using it. So jet parameters, jet ASN underscore test parameters. Maybe this should be fine. Yes. So I'll click on finish. So now our class got created. We have our method type interface main. So let me select star from our CDS view name, that is param underscore CDS into at rate of data lt underscore data. So this is again a inline declaration using the data here. So I have also created a video on these 7.4 ABAP syntaxes which are newly available after the version of 7.4. So you can go through those videos as well. I'll mention the link in the description. So select start from our CGS view into, so table should have come here. Let me save it and control F3, activate. Okay, I'll just keep a breakpoint here and then execute the class. So let me double click on LT data. So for now it is initial. We'll do F5. So you can see 2956 entries got selected. And if you see here, the booking ID 0002 is filtered out. So if I come back to our series view, what we have done, we have select from booking table and we passed booking ID as 0002. That's why only 0002 values got filtered out. So this was just a normal select query from the CDS view. Now what we will do, I'll just press F8 first. Let me go back to CDS view. I will bring back our parameters here. So let me uncomment all these things. Need to put a comma. Let me activate again. So it got activated. Now I think I have not pressed F8. So let me do F8 properly. So okay. So now I'll try to activate the class once again. So you can see activation failed with errors. It did not actually activate it. So let me cut and paste back. So if I paste back, you can see it says multiple markers at this line. Parameter p underscore booking underscore id was not bound. So it is saying that the input parameter is not bound here. That's why the error. So how to do that? We'll take a curly braces. Sorry, yeah, curly braces. Then p underscore booking underscore id equal to 001. Let me give some space. Okay, I think error is gone now. Let me activate. So it is activated. Let me keep the breakpoint here and run the class. So breakpoint got triggered. So let me double click on the LT data. We'll do F5. So this time we can see 0002 got filtered. Also we can see that we utilized a dollar parameter p booking id. If 000 then first. So since we passed 0001 here as a hard coded value, so it will filter out this condition and you can see booking details as first. So this is how we can utilize the parameterized CDS view in our select query. So let me do F8. So in this only I'll show this second parameter option. So let us take p underscore date. It's of type abap dot dats. Yeah. So this is of type a side item kind of only. Okay. So if I just do F2, you can see date in format y triple sorry 4 y's and and dd. So side data means in the form, I'm saying the format, it will not pass any default value here, it is just a type I'm saying. So type of that's. So again it is saying it is not utilized or used anywhere in your CDS view. So what we will do, we will add back it in our where condition. So where booking date equal to p underscore date. So here again we need to use the parameters dot our variable name. So let me activate again. Okay, it is activated now. I'm not sure, something run class is running from long time I think, but yeah, fine. We can ignore it for now. So yeah, so let me run the CDS view first. So you can see now two parameters which are mandatory. So 0001, and I have seen some data. So I'll take the proper valid case for now. So 2026-01-18. So we can see after entering both the fields itself, it is enabling. So if I click on open, so you can see booking ID 2 and our date what we passed was 2026-01-18. So based on the both the condition, it has filtered. So this is working fine now. So now if I try to save here, let me activate again. So you can see this time again it got failed. So maybe if I cut and paste it, so you can see now after just a cut paste, it is saying like p underscore date was not bound. So what we'll do, comma p underscore date equal to 2026-01-18. So I'll pass this value. Let me save it. So I'll activate. So you can see now the error is gone and also it got activated. So let me run this class. So debugger got triggered. Let me step over. So you can see 2026-118-00002 booking ID. Both the filter conditions are working here. So this is how we can call multiple, CDS view with multiple parameters. So what if we don't want a parameter to be mandatory? So actual case that is not possible. So whatever parameters are there you are declaring in your CDS view are mandatory always. So you cannot make one as a mandatory, one as a non-mandatory here, but there is a some partial cheating kind of. So what's that cheat code? That will not, work for all the things, but there are few fields which we can make it non-mandatory. Okay, so for example let's take the date itself. So since we have the system variables, so say environment dot system fields, and in this we have client, system date, system language, system time, user date and user time zone. Similarly how we do it in our ABAP, right? Like we use our mandate, or we use psi datum, psi UJT, UJT, and all those things. So psi rep id. So like that we can also try to use here some system fields. So for date we have hash system underscore date. So when I use it, okay, it got saved. When I use the system date variable annotation and try to activate the CDS view. So it got activated here. So what happens when we try to run the CDS view first? So you can see the star or the mandatory mark is removed now. So what will happen here? So I will pass 0001. So you can see open data preview got enabled already because we are using system field here, seeing the our parameter that by default you can utilize the value our whatever current system date is. So it will take today's date or whatever the system date is set. So that's why this is not compulsory, and I will click on open data preview. Maybe we don't have data for today's date, so you can see it's a blank since we don't have data. But just to demonstrate that if we are utilizing some of the system variables, then it won't be compulsory. So we got to know how we can utilize the parameters if there are multiple, and also how we can partially avoid that mandatory fields for few parameters by making using of use of system fields. So I think that's all for the parameter CDS views. Rest of the things we will continue in the next video. So before going, please do like, share, and do subscribe to the channel. It is important so that whenever our new video will come, you will get a notification as well. So please do subscribe. Thank you all.